Said the highest pitched.
If it's still helium now, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'll give you guys a minute to get back in. Oh shoot, you guys might not realize to go to a new...
Said oak.
Okay, as in it's okay now? Or... what?
Bay 77.
It's me.
Said we good now or not?
Nah.
AJ fails. Said we good now or not?
Shoot. Every time. We can't have a stream without a problem. Maybe not. Hello, test 1 2. Blah blah blah. Helium voice, maybe not. I've never heard of it going high pitch. That's kind of funny. Bueller. Man, we just got up to like 7 people, and now it's gonna go haywire on us. Shoot.
The closer 424. Said I think you're good.
Okay, sweet. Although the chat message didn't show up for me. It read it, but it doesn't show it. But that's fine, as long as it's reading it. Alright, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we have Kowicki and Darrell Waltrip in our race, and Kowicki is pulled away. So even though I'm off to a pretty good start here, minus a couple turn 3 dive bombs.
Said we back audio good.
Alright, audio's good, but I can't read chat. I can hear it. I can't read it. So that's interesting. Maybe I'll switch views and be able to see it then.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said kinda cooking hype.
Yeah, I mean, other than Kowicki cooking out front, I think we'd have actually had an outside chance, but it's not going to happen. We'll run her out, consider it practice for next week. Pretty good pace versus most of this field. It was weird. It was like Jimmy Means had a block on his front windshield. I don't know if you guys probably weren't looking where I was, but yeah, when I get close to him.
1824.
Huh.
Said okay, I got his frame rate right.
Nice. Glad you got that figured out. I noticed when I got close to the back of Means' car, his front windshield had like a black square or rectangle on it right in the center. I wonder if that's like something that's been in the game forever that I've just never noticed with like the model acting up. Although I know the paint schemes are being weird and reloading. And oh, sorry, Jimmy. I think I could run in the back of you. Fellow Pennsylvanian. We're going to get by Tim Richmond here. Tim's struggling. Yeah, it still air braked me a little bit there as I was pulling out of line.
2016. Said holy shit Richard Tenfa. Gaku Beast 2016. Said that's illegal.
That's illegal.
Falcon 1824. Said he has 2 PCSX2 and they aren't working together right.
I don't know why you've been having issues lately when you had it work before is the thing I don't. Like, that's the part that confuses me. Like, I don't understand how you had it working and now it's not. Excuse me, Kyle. Excuse me, Blinky Hut. Hut. Kenny Schrader, what are you doing back here? Rusty Wallace, why are they slower at this? Oh, I think I know what I did wrong.
Said it's not me. Falcon 1824. Said it's another streamer.
Oh, another streamer. I thought you were saying you were having issues. Because you earlier said you had frame... What do you do in the... Oh, you were trying to help somebody else out. Okay. I see. Did they post their stream in the Discord? I didn't see anyone else streaming. I would gladly pop in and help sometimes.
2016. Said Jimmy Horton second.
Oh god, all of my chat just loaded and it just like all the messages appeared. That was crazy. Jimmy Horton kicking butt. Alright, Needham, I think I understand how you got the win in your All-Star, but at the same time, I did not have time to do it. Or won the Open. Well, yeah, then you won the main event, though. I don't know. I forgot to do something, though, with the mod tool, and I'm going to have to do it before the 600. There was one step that I missed, of the, like, 4 steps.
Falcon 1824.
So.
Said no, he is in another group. Gaku Beast 2016. Said blessed top 5.
Well, you'll have to link me to his stream in Discord, Falcon, so I can watch it back after or something. Because I like checking them out when I'm working on stuff. It's good inspiration when people are enjoying the mods. Although if he's struggling with the frame rate, he's probably not enjoying it much.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said means exploded.
Hey, better this week than next week. Don't pay nothing. To my knowledge. Alright. Flickery cope. Flickery cope. Excuse me, and someone else blew up down there. That's Barkdoll. Oh my goodness. That drift out of 4, like, always happens where the banking transition's weird or the bump is or whatever here. But I'm trying to dig. Get the toe off of Horton here. Excuse me. Horton, here's a who, what? Oh god, it's so tight into 3. No. 4 laps. 1.29 seconds back. I think we might have a chance because they're fading.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said wow, we might get there.
Oh my gosh. Let's do it! Oh yeah, wow, we got huge gains in 3 and 4. We're already sniffing the draft. Oh my god, we gained so much time. Why are they so slow? And he blocks down the back. It's not enough. We're flying. I don't know why we're flying, but we're flying. Why are they so slow in the open? Did they actually code it so they run a different pace in the open than they do times elsewhere?
1824. Said one thing to catch him, another to pass.
No, not in this game. Shoot, I passed them before your message came through. Never mind.
Falcon 1824. Said never mind. Gaku Beast 2016. Said now you can pay for your dad's engine, lol.
Oh wait, he blew up too? When did he blow up? You guys said means and I saw Barkdoll. I didn't even notice my dad blew up. What the heck? Well, the open, does the open pay? I guess the open pays. I don't know how much.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said unless you knew it.
No. Woo! Get this paint scheme to victory lane yet. Sick. Oh, my interior's not loaded. I just noticed. Wait, why would my interior not work right now?
Falcon 1824.
Wow.
Said I don't know.
52 bucks.
Said open pays like $52, I think.
You know, I credit the whole crew for an exceptional race. It takes everyone working together to get results like that. What a great race for that team.
on.
Gakubees 2016.
That way. I'm not
Said
sure
Doug.
who started everything, but it should
Duh.
be fun to watch over the next couple races to see what develops.
Oh, no, I did apply Charlotte. I guess I need to up Charlotte's track modifier
Gakubees
percent.
2016. Said 52K asterisk.
Alright. Oh, the pictures went all weird there. I don't know why some of them have to reload. Yep, 52K. Woo! With 3 laps. Mikey led a lap. Right at the beginning, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna actually up their difficulty for Charlotte after that. Why not? We'll save it. What? There should be one. Okay, well, whatever. We don't need the bio anyway, but I swear there was one. Alright, so I'm going to save the career. And we'll do our save states as well. But I am going to reload the mod tool with a higher percentage for Charlotte. Because they shouldn't be that slow. So I'm going to do this again. Also, I still don't know why our interior didn't load. That was weird. My dash and stuff was not showing correctly. Let's see. Oh, it actually remembered that. Way to go, me, with the tool programming I didn't realize worked. Okay. So we'll generate everything again. And then give it a reset. Oh, cheats? No. Did I disable them in time?
Gakubees
Nope.
2016. Said maybe its BC paint didn't load in on the grid.
No, the textures are different than the actual ratings and settings. The ratings happen right here. The textures can sometimes be funky. Oh, you mean like on being messed up on that other screen? Yeah. Hey, they're eating ice cream. That's what this background's from. When he radios out to Cole and he's like, "We're eating ice cream." Oh, you could actually see the ice cream behind the. Yeah, it was behind the screen.
Falcon 1824. Said one SEC on the YouTube link for his channel.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna check it right now, so just send it via Discord, and I'll check it out then. All right. Well, there's our all-star field. I don't know if that's how we're actually lining up or not. Should update. There we go. Yeah. So this field's obviously inaccurate. Heck, Waltrip ran and Kawicki ran the Open with us. What? And Rudd.
This track was the first one to focus on
I'm
spectator
confused.
comfort, and it shows. This place always draws an enormous crowd. Most of the team shops are located in this area, which give it a hometown feel. We're in for some great racing here at Lowe's.
The 7 car has been mixing it up with some other drivers on the racetrack.
You're gonna talk about anybody else?
Now and then is to be expected. The track gets crowded real quickly when you put 43 cars out there. I wouldn't
Falcon
be too worried about it.
1824. Said sent.
Oh. That was Bill Elliott. It wasn't.
16 times.
And it has already been decided that the
He's not
trophy
won it
will
16
be
times.
Elliott Trophy once he retires.
Dale Jarrett was
That's
one
not.
of the tightest
Just
points
don't look.
in
Okay.
NASCAR in 1997. He ended up finishing second to Jeff Gordon.
Gakubees
He didn't finish
2016.
second by much, only
Said, but
14
the
points.
actual All-Star has
Mark Martin
21.
wasn't too far behind either.
Curious.
Those last couple of races in a season are pretty exciting. when a
Gakubees
championship is on the
2016.
line.
Said last time he talked about us, we won.
I swear they talk about us every time though. But maybe you're right. Maybe it filled the field there. Okay, so we need a 4-tire stop in the first one, and that's it. So just the first one. But top 20, top 14.
Here's the starting lineup.
I still don't know why textures are taking a hot minute to load. Oh, maybe I did leave this race not super long. Okay, bye. Alright, so normally I just split it in half, but With the chance for yellows being higher than usual in this, I might do a different strat. We'll see. The thing I don't want to do is pit the same lap as them. Yeah, okay, I think they're fast now. Faster anyway, at least to start. Yeah, I wonder if it maybe took more than the winner just to fill the field out. But I swear I've seen the All-Star not have a full field in this game. Earnhardt blew up on lap 1. Dale Earnhardt is not going to win the 1990 All-Star race. And we're now guaranteed to get to the next round. Maybe I overcompensated the AI back the other direction. Because I did adjust them back to be more difficult again than they were in the open, but we'll run it out.
Gokubis 2016. Said Richard fuming.
Wait, Kyle Petty's in the field too. God, it took so many random people. I don't know how this works. Maybe it doesn't work with the mod stuff like in a lot of ways, but it is what it is. Yeah, we got some draft now of Rick Wilson there in the 75. That's interesting. They have the tire wear to where I'm losing tires quickly, which means pitting's worth it, but the fuel's not burning quickly. I don't know that I've ever noticed that it's offset anywhere before. I did that controller in hand. I reached up and pushed the thing, but it was a straightaway, so it's easy. Tap the button to change the pylon. No need to see what lap it is when we're all on one pack like this.
Gokubis 2016. Said Wake DJ was unsponsored. That feels illegal.
So technically he wasn't, because Jarrett was driving Neil Bonnet's car in real life. But we're in this what if where Neil doesn't get injured. So Jarrett's driving the 29 car, which, depending on which paint scheme rolls by the mod tool, that's what I get. It might be unsponsored for some races, and actually the other paint is just sponsored by the team name, so really it's still technically unsponsored. It just has the team name on it. But yeah, he was supposed to make starts for that 29 car in 1990, and got a different opportunity with the Wood Brothers when Neil was out. You know what? I can make good use of this time. If I run the high side whenever I pass Wilson, and then I just try to pass him back, I'll slowly gain a couple ally points with him. See, because he should have 2 now. Yep, because I passed him earlier. So if we just play do-si-do back here, musical chairs, musical 19th place, then as long as I don't kill him in 3, my right front's I'm gonna have to take 4 tires, and like even without the rule, it must have kept the tire wear from. Oh god, it must have kept the tire wear from the regular game settings, but I made this race longer. That makes sense, I guess. Alright, we're going to pit this time because I kind of have to with my tires. They've not pit yet, though. None of them are coming in. Oh, that was a slow pit entry. Oh, boy. All right, pit crew, do your thing. There they are. There's our crew. Bump, bump, bump. Old school graphics. No! Okay, who's gun jammed? It's Ty Thunder. Ty, that's twice you've had problems. This is at least the gun jamming, though. I'm not going to blame you as much with the gun jamming. But Ty Thunder has been the only pit crew member to have issues all season long. I'm still mad my dash is not loaded anymore. I really don't know what happened to that. Actually, hold on.
Falcon 1824 said, "Yay, I'm the gasman."
Is it not gonna... Wait, hold on. No, I gotta do it this way. Oh, it still didn't work.
Gaku Beast
I don't know why it won't work.
said Ty.
Okay, whatever. We got what we got. Yep, Ty killed it. And yeah, Falcon, I did add you in between streams. I forgot to do it initially when I first named people, but I added you in after the fact. I kind of randomly rolled. If anybody in chat, I think everybody was here, or at least the people chatting. All y'all are on the team. Actually, Needham's not. I don't think Needham asked for a spot. But if anyone wants to join the pit crew or the team or whatever, I can randomize you. Are the AI even gonna pit? Are they just gonna break the rules? Did I break it by making the race longer? The yellow's gonna come out and what? They wrecked that at 4. Wrecking turn 4. This is spotter. I'm 2 laps down. Phil Parsons in the 22, which is also technically not realistic, but that's who he would be in the 29 normally. But I put him in the 22. Wait, what? Did you decide to pit? What was that? And how was that a yellow?
Falcon 1824 said, "Yep."
What happened? Was the game like, okay, Phil Parsons is supposed to spin out now, and then like he just didn't spin out for some reason? Hey, there's your points update. I forgot to show the points, so there you go. That at least was the thing. Oh, thanks for starting me in 3rd gear. Not that it matters because we're still lapped.
Gaku Beast 2016 said, "Ho he he."
I have no idea. That was the weirdest
2016
non-wreck I've seen.
said, "Realistic yellow."
And I'm trap lapped, but none of them have done their pit stop. But isn't the penalty in this game only like end of the lap? Like end of the longest line? Why now you guys are slow? I do have slightly newer tires than you guys. I say slightly. I have 10 lap newer.
Gaku Beast 2016 said, "Game said oops in the straightaway. Can't spin."
I've never seen it do that. I mean, not that we've had a long period of time with them spinning out being a common occurrence now with the new AI settings. There they pit. Wait, no, this is gonna help. They're gonna lose so much time. I'm gonna be the freaking leader.
1824 said, "End of the longest line."
Yeah, if I'm lapped and the longest line is still ahead of me. But if they all pit, I'm going to be the leader because I caught back up to the field because I was way behind after pit stops. It takes more than a full lap to do a pit stop here. We're going to win the damn first segment. Because of the yellow. Who would have thought getting lapped
Silver Wolf
was the
70
strat?
White said, "Interesting how you have Jared in the number 29 in this career mode series when IRL he started the year as a Bush driver. What other custom silly season changes do you have?"
So,
Gaku Beast 2016 said, "We could win."
yeah, no, absolutely. So the other things I did different, I don't know why the textures have to reload the way they're reloading, but the other things I did different. So I have my dad in the career mode. I have Tim Richmond running the 46 car for Rick
Gaku
Hendrick.
Beast 2016 said, "Based strategy crew chief."
So yeah, I got Tim Richmond driving the 46 for Rick Hendrick as if he didn't pass and came back to NASCAR full time. and wait, was that for position? Also, his picture was wrong there for a second. So Neil Bonnet doesn't get injured in this, so he stays in the 21. Because Neil Bonnet stays in the 21, Jarrett is in the 29, which he would have been in at some point of the season anyway, according to what Falcon was telling me about 90. Yeah, actually, that was for position. Darn it, it didn't help as much. But still, we did way better.
Said yes.
And then, so because I have Jarrett in the 29, that leaves Phil Parsons without a ride. And I put Phil Parsons in the 22 because I had Rick Mast as the 22 and the 2 car, because he ran both, like, 10 races each, just about. But I thought I'd put Rick Mast permanently in the 2 car, and the 22, I could absolutely have seen if that team decided to run a second car, that if Phil Parsons wasn't driving for somebody else, that maybe they would have put Phil Parsons in it. Because Phil Parsons started the season in the 4 car. There was a lot of mid-season, silly season in 1990, but, and a lot of times because of injury. Like Darrell Waltrip missed a bunch of races randomly. Wait, Jarrett just passed us up there. He had the wrong picture, but... Yeah, so, essentially for me, Tim Richmond's in. I added my dad for fun. Neil Bonnet doesn't get injured. That puts Dale Jarrett in the 29 instead of the 21. That puts Phil Parsons in the 22 instead of the 29. And Rick Mast is just permanently in the 2 car. So those are the major changes I made. 91, while I honestly haven't even started the paints for 91 yet, it's going to be things like Rob Moroso still racing.
Said broken leg.
Yeah, broken leg at Darlington. Alright, so this... Alright, our tires should be a lot better. We should have better tire wear, like, with the AI. So we might do... And we're starting up further. So we might be able to do a little better. The invert is... The invert can be 8 or 10. I think it can even be 12. I forget. So I'm just going to try to stay around here as best I can.
Said wait, we'll have to pit here.
Will we? If the tire wear is the same as segment 1, yes. But I feel like the game does different tire wear for the segments for some reason. We'll find out in a few laps.
Said go short or long. Lap 5 or 10.
Nah, I'll go right in the middle. If we have to. We don't have to pit segment 2. Segment 2 doesn't have a required pit stop. But I don't. It just depends on whether the game did different tire wear or not.
Said or you are right, I don't know. Falcon 1824.
Ah, we're getting swamped.
Said no.
Larry Pearson went by us outside. Mark Martin inside. Here comes Phil with our yellow, non-yellow. Okay, his picture loaded, right? Whoop. I wobbled in the tri-oval. Treacherous tri-oval. Oh my god, they're so much faster than us now that I put their ratings back up. And now I'm torn. Was the All-Star Open just, like, easier in the game? And that's something I just didn't know about, how they made the AI here? Or was it because I had the ratings lower? So I had the ratings at 85% for Charlotte when we ran the Open, which is what I just had Charlotte saved as originally. But I cranked it back up to, I forget, I either put it to 95 or 100. I think I put it back to 100 is what I just loaded up for this race. So that 15%, that shouldn't be a huge difference, but it seems like it's more of a difference than I thought it would be. So the question is, for the 600, do I go back to 85% and just see how it goes? Or do I leave it at 100 or what?
2016.
What do you guys think?
Said Open was never that free for me in my career.
Okay. So maybe I dial it back to 95 for Charlotte? I mean, technically, I won't have to reload the ratings if I just go ahead and move on to the race. Then we won't have to mess around with it.
Beast
90?
2016.
Okay.
Said try 90 Heckett.
Heck it. That's not Rudd. Load your texture. There you go.
Silver Wolf 75, white. Said will you paint a full 1992 car set for next season of this career, or just shuffle around the drivers and schemes you already have?
Nope, there's gonna be...
Silver Wolf 75, white. Said asterisk 1991.
No, there's gonna be a full 1991 set, and when I get to the end of that season, there's gonna be a full 92 set, and so on. The plan long term, it's gonna be a while. Like, it's not gonna be quick. It's gonna be a few years till we're through with this project as a whole. But the plan is to have it to where you could race from 1990 all the way up to present. That's the long-term goal. And if I have to do it a year at a time, streaming a few races a weekend and painting when I feel like it, and then having a gap between seasons and streams when I catch up the paint schemes, that's fine. If that's how it has to be, I'm okay with it. But, you know, if more painters join the community and decide to do some other seasons, that saves me a bunch of work. You know, we have a lot of people working on 03. 04 was already done by NCRD for the other game, so you never know. Maybe we'll get other years filled in.
White. Said cool, laughing face.
I've got, luckily for
Beast 2016. Said bless ya legend.
yeah, 91 and 92 should be easier to do than 90 was for multiple reasons. 92 especially, but the 97 season should also be really easy because I had somebody provide me like some paint files, layered paint files from a set they did for a different game, so that was cool of them. It was AC Racing, shout out. So I'm ready for 91 and 92. I can do those not super quick, but I'm not starting from complete scratch. And especially 92, and then 97 also will be super fast. But 93, 4, 5, and 6, we'll see when we get there. You know, where the community's at and where things are at, and if there's a shorter route, great. If not, then it is what it is. Oh, this is only segment 2, I just realized. And then segment 3 is going to be 10 laps. Oh god, our tires are dying. We are screwed for tire wear. What the heck? Oh, why did my chat reader not read that message? That's weird. Appreciate it, Cubbies. I'm running it out. I'm not pitting. Why did my chat reader die? Chat reader, no! Oh god, I'll have to read that. Oh, there it goes.
White. Said I know it will probably be a long shot, but maybe someday someone can crack how to add tracks, even if only from other PS2 EA games.
Yeah. I mean...
Goku Beast 2016. Said unfortunate.
Well, now it's working. If somebody figures out how to get tracks in the game, then you're gonna have the same thing for cars. So that's gonna open up a bigger can of worms, like a way bigger can of worms in a good way. But I don't see that being something A, super viable, and B, when the 2025 game comes out, like this game's gonna get forgotten for quite a while by a lot of people. So I think the community's going to get a lot tighter and, you know, a little more barren after the 2025 game comes out. I know my tire wear is critical. Deal with it. Heck, the AI looks like they slowed down. They got the same issues, apparently. We're all going to get flats out of turn 4. Here we go. We skating. We made it, though. Yeah, side effect of making the races longer in the All-Star race, my tire wear is still based off 25% race length. So I could have technically done it the right way if I changed other settings, but... Oh, wait, we got eliminated. It was top 14. Wait, I forgot it did this. I forgot it did this.
Falcon 1824 said so me and MR Mosby looked into changing the music on 03 and 04, but we can't change it like we can in 09.
The 7 car
Yeah.
didn't have much of a race.
I knew about that.
All he had, and that's all you can ask of any driver.
The 7 car is starting
Gakubi's
to find out who
2016
doesn't like him out on the racetrack.
said Rip
It certainly
LOL.
looks that way. I'm not sure who started everything, but it should be fun to watch over the next couple races to see what develops.
We're out of time for tonight. Thanks for joining
They're out of
us.
time.
We'll see you next time.
So did... Okay, Mark did actually win the All-Star then. Mark Martin. Man. I might be wrong on this, but if I remember correctly, the...
Ian, Silverwolf 75, white, said on the subject of the 2025 game, one hand if it's good I'll pick it up, but on the other hand these days I'm not as into modern NASCAR, and prefer titles I can customize to my own ends.
I like how Rick customized. No, I don't blame you, but I also think it's going to be a solid game, so I'm looking forward to it, and I will be streaming, most likely. Okay, what was I going to do? Let's go back to this.
Falcon 1824 said so people who ask if it can be changed it can't. Ian, Silverwolf 75, white, said if only you could add a NT 2004 style career to NR 2003.
Yeah, right? That'd be amazing. The other thing with that, the NR stuff, I've thought about trying to, what else did I have here? Oh no, we're good. Okay. Let me just make sure I have my full times set up still. It should be, because I hit the back button. Okay. I've thought about ways to make an outside system that modifies NR03 so that you can have that same sort of interaction to it, but nothing affects your speed. I can only affect the AI speed, and I realized that there's a way to make it seem like you're getting upgrades, but I can't change your grip versus your power versus this. It'd just be that as you buy upgrades, you get a little bit faster. That's the closest I could come up with, and it's not great. It's not what you want it to be. It's not nearly as in depth as one would hope. So I didn't do that. All right, let's reboot now. Actually, let me do this. Let me shut down without saving so that it actually reloads the textures fully.
Said anyone special supposed to be showing at Charlotte or not?
I also don't know why my in-car textures are not... No, there's the in-car texture. That should work. But it's not loading it... Oh no, that was my messed up one, and I never put the good one back in. That's why there's no...
Ian, Silverwolf 75, white, said yeah, the only way to do that is to decrease AI speed or have upgrades tied to setups.
Let me see if these will work. We'll see if the in-car works. It might be the clear roll bar, which I know I had messed up, but we'll see. Yeah, it's exactly this sort of thing. Anyone special for Charlotte?
Ian, Silverwolf 75, white, said I guess gives me more reason to try and stumble through game dev.
Go back and finalize again just so it loads the textures correctly this time. Dude, trust me, I got stuff planned for game development. I'm making a game from scratch. I made a really low poly car model the other day, or last week before I had other stuff going on. So there's going to be stuff in the future coming down the pipeline from me, but I don't know that it'll be exactly what you guys are hoping for this sort of thing. Well, I say I don't know if it's going to be. I know it's not going to be this exact thing, because I'm not trying to compete with the 2025 game, especially because it's going to be so much longer till I get mine done because I'm just starting. So I picked a different project. So we got Ken Reagan in this one. Rodney Combs is guaranteed in. Jack Pennington is in. I don't think anyone else super special is in. Yeah, so really, I think just Ken Reagan being in is one that's different from previous weeks. Oh, is our thing done, or is that... No, okay. That's right, because we ran the All-Star, not an actual full race. All right, let me switch that back to this. And then I need to launch the pylon once we get in the track. Bam. Pylon launched. I'll put the lap number on now, even though it's irrelevant at the moment. Alright, no, the interior didn't load. I don't know. I'll have that fixed for next stream. I have that stuff saved somewhere. I don't know why it's being weird right now. I've never known the interiors to not just work. I've not had issue with that before. So forgive the Team Monte Carlo logo. Because we are... Oh my god. That always scares the jeepers out of me. Thank you for the follow, Lo-Fi. Lo-Fi? 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 It's so... It's so rare people do that I'm still... God. And it's funny because it's a gif from Dragon Ball where Goku gets scared by a TV turning on and being loud, and it scares me as much as Goku in that moment. I understand his unfamiliarity with TVs and tech and things being loud suddenly. Oh man. 32nd. Hey Ian, if you actually try to do some game dev stuff and you get like, you know, you want some insight or some help or advice or whatever, just hit me up. That's what I went to college for, was game dev, but I just didn't make a career out of it yet. This is going to be the last race tonight, guys, by the way.
A lot of these teams are based in this area, and this is a 2,000-acre dream come true for any NASCAR fan. I don't think there's a bad seat anywhere in this place, and there's always great racing to go along with it.
How about the consistency shown by Alan Kulwicki?
Oh yeah, to have an average finish in the top 10 for the season is mighty impressive. He can often...
Wait, is Ken Reagan on the pole? No, that can't be right.
Jimmy Spencer has not had
No, it's not right.
so far at the Speedway tracks.
Yeah, I've been surprised to see him run so poorly on these tracks. I can only imagine how he feels.
The 7 car hasn't made much of a move in the points so far.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list.
Wow, thanks.
Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their names there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
Yeah, no. Who's on the pole? I see Mikey's way up there. Bill Elliott's on the pole. Big surprise.
Goku East 2016. Said all good tie for another solid stream.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys coming in again. We had fun with the All-Star there. That was kind of crazy. A little bit. Alright, let's roll off. Here we go. 100 laps. Oh my god, I forgot how long this race is. Yeah, definitely last race tonight. Alright, mascot bias there. That's okay. Ooh, he's in the Kroger car this week. Excuse me? Okay, bye.
Ian, Silver Wolf 75, white. Said I mainly want a more simple game, less sim/hardcore focused, more casual oriented, with a decently deep management mode but otherwise something I can pick up for like 30 minutes and do a race or two.
I got you, man. That's not too dissimilar to what I'm thinking. I'm probably, I mean, I'll be open with it. I'm just gonna do more of a like just straight up management. I don't have a time frame. I'm just doing it as I feel like it. Which, you know, with modding in between and everything else, it's, you know, it's hard to find time for a lot of the stuff. And I still want to stream, like I still want to do this stuff, so yeah, I want my game dev to be fun, not forced. So that's like a big factor. Larry Pearson in the 41 this week behind us there. Again though, see, Davey Allison's poor rankings. I don't know what's up with that.
Said cool we skipped a lap. Technology. Gaku Beast 2016. Said dang you OBS.
What is with my... Oh, I don't know what's up with my OBS tonight. Well, I'm using Streamlabs OBS, not just regular OBS, but, I mean, it's still...
Gaku Beast 2016. Said Neil P43 Satch.
Yeah. I feel like some of the driver ratings are just, like, cursed or locked into weird values. Like I said, I want to look into that in between streams sometime and try to figure out if there's something funky going on that shouldn't be, but I don't see what would be. Like, it seems things should be going normal. I mean, you look again. A prime example is Derek Cope's back in 27th here. Like, he's finished in the top 5. He's finished way back. Like, he's had races all over the place. So it's hard to say that the ratings aren't working for everybody properly when you have that. But then you look at Davey Allison being, you know, around here every week. And then Richard Petty normally actually being worse than he is now. He's actually moving forward, so I don't know. Maybe it's working, maybe it's not. I don't have a good method to tell at the moment. And that's the thing. The game's still got its randomization going on, so like to some extent. So how do you know whether it's working or not when things are randomized beyond that?
Gaku Beast 2016. Said AI 85 OBR. Cakewalk. 90 OBR. Edge of acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the aim was to be able to run 35th with a 50 rating car, and we're about that pace here, and maybe long run we might be a little better, because I feel like long run is when I really picked it up in that other race, so. But that said, I set those ratings, I ran like 5 to 10 laps max at every single track with a 50 rating car, with default game settings and AI and whatever, and just took a guesstimate at the ratings and maybe ran another 5 laps after changing them once or twice. So they're not perfect, the rating offsets, but they were a good ballpark to start with, and this is our testing season essentially to pinpoint them.
75 White. Said my father has encouraged me to go to college for game dev to learn so I can develop the ideas I have, but I'm not certain what to look for a good game dev program.
I went to Full Sail University in Florida. It's a great program, but it's a bit pricey. My advice is 2 things. One, don't go into game dev unless you're willing to relocate to like California or Texas or one of the big areas that has a lot of game dev companies. That's number 1. Like, before you even think about the career, you got to be willing to relocate for it. That's my big problem, is that I'm not.
Ian, Silver Wolf 75 White.
Oops.
Said where if I should bother taking a formal class at all.
I mean, that's up to you, but yeah, so if you're willing to relocate, then game dev is fine, even at that school, even at that price. However, the other things I recommend is, rather than right out of high school, going to college, taking private loans and whatever loans you can to get into school and to get it done, to think, oh, the career should pay for it. And it might, but instead of taking that gamble on that side, I know it's going to sound like it sucks, but I promise you, you will thank me over and over again in the future, or wish you did it this way if you don't. But my suggestion is spend 4 or 5 years after high school just grinding jobs. I mean, working as much as you can. And I know it's going to sound sucky, but work, save, don't spend much, keep your budget super tight, save up for college. And if you could borrow 20, 30 grand less, 40 grand, whatever it is, if you could borrow that much less when you go to college, it will make such a huge difference in what those loans do to you after the fact. I'm 36. I graduated college when I was 20, and I owe almost as much.
White. Said I really don't plan on making it a full-time career. Just want to have the knowledge to be able to create my own
Well,
stuff.
then definitely don't go to school for it.
Beast 2016.
If you're not making a career out of
Said
it,
makes sense.
it's not worth the price. You could learn a lot online these days for just a couple $100 here or there, taking some online courses in game dev and figuring enough out for your own fun side projects. But if you're not trying to make a career out of it, then no, it's not worth going to school for. But I graduated college 16 years ago, and because things kind of went bad for the first, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years after I was out of school. Let's see, I graduated in 08. I started working at the casino. Heck, that was only 2 years later. So the first two, like, literally, this is how bad private loan companies are. I couldn't make payments on my loans the first 2 years, and I went on forbearance, which sounds like you don't really have to make payments, it's not a big deal, it doesn't hurt your credit, this, that, the other, whatever. I went on forbearance for those 2 years, and this is my life lessons with Andrew Fash right now. At Charlotte, this is what we're doing. As I pass my dad, it's kind of ironic. With lessons learned from his father. No. No, so I went on forbearance for 2 years, and then I got a job at a casino as a table games dealer. I was dealing craps and blackjack and other games, but craps was my main one. It's a hard game to deal, but if you're quick with math and stuff like that, you can do well with craps. It's a lot of fun. It's a deal. I'm sure it's fun to play too, but anyway, I worked at the casino for like 4 years. And yeah, welcome to the talk show.
Falcon 1824 said, "Welcome to the talk show."
And
Ian,
oh man,
Wolf 75.
All right.
Said, "I've been out of high school for like 3 to 4 years now, mainly trying to figure out what exactly I want to do for a career/job."
Well, I mean, if you're working right now and saving money so that you can afford a higher education, if you want to go in a field that requires it or would benefit from it, then you're doing it right. But if you're waiting for the right thing to fall in your lap, like, just get out there and start doing stuff, man. Just pick some random jobs up, see what you like, see what you don't like, because you'd be surprised what you might enjoy that you didn't realize you had any interest in. Treat your jobs right now, when you don't have like college debt, you don't have all that stuff, and you don't have all that pressure because you're living with family or whatever. Treat jobs like dating. You're going out there, you're seeing what some people are like, you're trying to get to know them, seeing whether you like them or not, and if you don't like them, don't waste anybody's time and find a new job. Quit that job, find a new job. I know that's weird advice, but I feel like that, for someone who hasn't already ruined their adulthood by getting a lot of debt amassed immediately, I think that's the way to do it.
Said, "Yeah, right now I'm just gaining experience."
Perfect.
Falcon 1824 said, "Hell, AJ, why don't you join us?"
What, in debt? No. Learn from others. Learn from the mistakes of people. Look, so back to like my life story here, which we'll get to. We got 80 laps. My parents didn't go to college. They worked hard at different jobs, did different things. My mom had some extra education with medical coding and worked hard her whole life on that. And but they didn't know how terrible the private loan companies can be, how much they're like sharks, how much that can be a bad thing. It all sounds good, and they sell it like selling you a used car. They're used car salesmen, more or less. And it sounded like it just made sense for me to pay take the loans out, go to college, become a game developer, and make the money back. So, again, I graduated. 2 years I couldn't make payments. I got a job at the casino nearby, and I was able to make my payments for the next 4 years. I had no problem making payments while I was working. I wasn't a happy person during most of that, and I had a lot of other major life events, like losing my dad happened during that. And I, pretty late into my time at the casino. And then I went and I quit the casino to pursue, I had a unique opportunity with some software development for a startup group that had a really cool idea for some casino tech that never got off the ground.
Said my dad wants me to turn my hobbies / interests / passions / skills into a full-time job.
Absolutely, dude.
1. I know art is not a stable income, and 2. I don't want to kill the enjoyment of my hobbies.
No, I mean the thing is, if it starts to ruin the fun of it, then you just stop doing that and try something else. Not every hobby can become
1824
a job.
said, well, if you have a job you love, then you don't work a day in your life.
Yeah, but you could also not realize that you don't love a hobby enough for it to be a full passion.
Said, so my intent is to get a stable normal job and then do my hobbies on the side with what I save up.
That's fine too. I mean, any which way you want to do it. Yeah. So, again, that little bit. I just want to spell this out for anyone else who's watching, and also because I have a bad habit of starting stories and not finishing them, and I'm going to try to finish it. So, that 2 years of not paying, and then the 4 years of paying, I owed more. 2 years of not paying, 4 years of making the payments, and trying to pay extra when I could. I owed more money after that 6 years of time than I owed at the beginning of it. So I amassed more debt by not paying for 2 and then paying for 4 with extra.
1824 said, yes, that's a great idea.
So after that, like I said, I worked with a startup company on a...
2016 said, God, that's so dumb.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. I have numbers of how much I spent towards my loans and how little it made a difference. It was nuts. The rates were nuts too because it was private loans with parents that didn't have great credit. They didn't have bad credit either. They just had kind of normal credit. It was insane. So then I started working. I took a big risk. So I lost my dad. Sometime later, like a year later, I quit at the casino to try to pursue this other opportunity because I don't know. I was willing to take more risks with things at that time. I was trying to make something change. I was very depressed between everything that happened and working at the casino. That environment is very depressing. So, it was all bad. So I got out of there. I started working on this software for this startup company that had a fantastic idea for some casino stuff. And it really seemed like it was going to go places but take some time. Literally, like... I'm not exaggerating when I say $1 billion idea. Like, knowing how much money's in the casino industry and how much of a financial difference this was going to make and what we could charge for what we were offering, legitimately, like, flirting with the B word idea. And we were such a small group of people trying to make it happen that, like, I would have been king of the world after that. At least in my life. But... there were a lot of shady things that happened with certain people trying to get funding, and a lot of things didn't pan out well, and I mean, it just, one thing after the other was just going wrong with it. And we never really broke out in the industry. So I spent like almost 3 years working on that, and just grinding and just trying to get by. And again, had the loans on forbearance for as long as I could, and then it got to the point where like I couldn't put them on that anymore, and it was just a mess. And then 2019 late, I landed a job with the place that I'm currently working at, and it made like, I just now, like late last year, passed the mark of how much I owe, how much I borrowed originally is how much I owe now. And I'm 36. I graduated 16 years ago, and what I owe right now is just slightly less than what I borrowed. And I've made, like I said, 4 years of payments.
Said, watch your fuel.
Thank you. I made 4 years of payments when I worked at the casino, and I've made 5 years of payments and extra, like not just base payments, but paying extra since I've had this job. And now I am just break even at 36. As to what I borrowed, I still owe that much. It's insane how loan companies are. And I hate it. and it's a major problem. And it's private loans, so even with the government doing loan forgiveness and or whatever, when they were talking about that, wouldn't have mattered to me. Would not have made a difference. Like all my stuff's private loans, pretty much, because that was what we could get, and that's just how it ended up, playing out. And it's unfortunate, but I'm sharing the story because I hope somebody can learn from it and maybe avoid the same pitfalls, and just be very cautious of private loan companies. And even if you're going into a job that pays a lot, it sounds like it's gonna make up for it. All right, let's pit right here. Down the speed. There you go. That was my TED Talk. There's donate buttons down somewhere, maybe. Now that we talked about all the debt I have.
Gokubis 2016. Said pit stops 34.
Yeah, it should be 34, then 67.
Gokubis
Where's my button for the crew?
Said good talk.
Good talk. Pit crew doing wonders, no problems.
Gokubis 2016. Said link in description yet.
Sweet. I mean, on one hand, I'm not looking for pity party stuff, but also the other hand, I've put a lot of work and passion into this project, and would love to see, like, I don't want to say I would love to see stuff come back. I'm not expecting anything out of it. I just did it for my own fun and for the enjoyment of others. Like, every time somebody tells me what they've been playing and what they've been doing and how much fun they're having, like, that means a lot. So, no pressure, but just throwing it out there. It is much appreciated, regardless. Yeah, nobody blew up Coke 600 endurance race. Nobody's blown up. Meanwhile, Earnhardt blew up in the All-Star lap 1. Hell, I think between the Open and the main All-Star, we had 4 engines expire total. So I guess they worked the bugs out from that week to this week, lore-wise here. Where the heck were we running before we pit? I wasn't even paying attention. I was just driving and talking. I'm still ahead of my dad, I see. Maybe 85% was the right number for the AI difficulty. I don't even know anymore. Again, if I guessed right on the numbers, we should run around 35th, give or take spots. Here or there. But I see we're not, I don't remember where we were. I feel like we were fading the longer we went, though. Dude, go Cubbies, you're the man. And now you guys got to see that, you guys got to see the little animation for that, of Master Roshi. Again, all of my what are they called? Notification things are Dragon Ball clips that I took a long time ago. I love Dragon Ball Z, and all that stuff. So if you didn't already know, I know Falcon knows because he loves it too. And his icon is Vegeta in Discord. Go ahead, Earnhardt. You're faster. Get going, dude. Cubbies, super appreciate that though, man. That's awesome.
Gokubis 2016.
35th.
Running 35th.
Oh, okay.
Falling closer to Jack in 36th.
Okay. Well, then it's right.
Said Yay Dragon Ball. Gokubis 2016. Said Q-Chip.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I'm like, what's a good, appropriate gift for donations that's also like fun?
2016. Said Anytime Man. Thanks for the awesome work.
Hell yeah. But yeah, one where Roshi was, well, in the actual scene, he's being a bit perverted, as Roshi does, for anyone who knows. If you don't know, that's what he was doing mainly. But oh yeah, come to Papa, that's I don't know. I thought that was a funny clip for donations. Oh, I got wobbly on the straightaway of all things. Kawiki, I remember when you were slow here. What happened?
Gokubis 2016. Said Classic Roshi.
Absolutely. Oh my god, the voice or the text thing says Rashi.
Said it's over 9,000 GIF.
Dude, I was gonna set an it's over 9,000 for like a $90 donation goal or something stupid, but I didn't.
Baker P15 Paw.
I don't think. Ooh, really? Buddy Baker 15th? Wow. Okay, maybe the race ratings are working. Larry Pearson's up there too. Jimmy Horton's been running good though. See, that's again like going back on what I just said. Jimmy Horton running well like almost every time he runs makes me think the ratings aren't working. But then other people like Brett Bodine is 18th. Last race he was way up front. So are they working? I don't know anymore. I have no idea. Seems like it, and then it doesn't seem like it, depending on who you look at. Davey Allison, 34th. Seems like they're not working. I don't know.
Gakubi's 2016.
I'll figure it out though.
Said Cope P6 yet.
Oh, Cope up front, sweet. I think what I need to do is do some, I don't want to say simulated races because that does not give accurate results to how people drive, but I literally will have to go on track, fast forward the race and just see what happens. You know, speed up the emulator and just see what the outcome is, and then go back, mess with ratings, make sure they change with the behind the scenes information, and then do the same thing at the same exact track with different ratings for people, and then make sure that they perform that, you know, that drastically different. So I'll just have to do something like take Earnhardt or Jeff Bodine or Bill Elliott and just give them like a crap rating for a race, rerun it, and just see if it works the way it's supposed to.
Falcon 1824. Said need to boost Neil.
I have Neil set to, I don't know, he got a bad roll this race, but I thought I had Neil set up to boost a bit. I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't set it up or save it after I set it up that time. I don't know. I was messing with a lot of stuff before I started the series. Man, Greg Sachs is just like taunting us here. He's for position here. But if we want to maintain our 35th average, we need to like try to finish 35th still. I mean, 36 won't kill us at this point because we have that. We were at 35.1, so we're all right yet. Jack Pennington is in sight though for the next spot for 35th.
Ian, Silverwolf 75, white. Said back on the subject of game dev, if I do anything, it will primarily be little projects with a focus less on making a lot of money / going full-time and more just
that's
putting
fine.
out stuff because I want to.
That's what I did with my last game. I released a game on Steam. It's called Die Cook. You could, I mean, I have it up there for $10, but like I was making that game just to, at the time, just to make a game from start to finish and say like, hey, look, I learned how to do this by myself. Like it's been years since my schooling, so I wanted to prove to myself and maybe as a resume item, like, hey, look, I you know, I still can do this just the same. So I made a game start to finish and threw it up on Steam, and just not the only reason, but I was gonna put it on Steam regardless just to see how that process worked, and you know, if anything happened with it, cool. If not, whatever. But I'm glad I did because a few of my friends tried it.
1924. Said at Ian, Silverwolf 75, white join us.
Do you mean in the Discord? Or in the painting? Or I don't even know. I don't know what he's asking. But no, so I put it up on Steam, and a few of my sim racing buddies decided to buy it like right when it came out and try it out because they thought it looked fun, even though it's not, you know, not racing related at all. And the next day, they messaged me, or I messaged them, I think, asking. I said, "Oh, hey, I fixed this."
2016. Said one of us.
One of us. They release day, they found a couple of small bugs, nothing big. It was just visual stuff that didn't like deter the game from working. Discord and painting, yeah, okay, that's what I thought you meant.
Falcon 1824. Said Discord in painting.
I thought I saw Silverwolf in Discord, though. I could be wrong. Either way, so I released the game. My buddies played it, bought it and played it, and messaged me a couple of bugs they found within a couple hours of test. Like, one of them said he was just going to test it and see what, if he could find anything. And again, super minor stuff. Fixed it in an hour of work. Updated the game. And it was the next day that I updated it, and I messaged him and said, like, hey, I updated the game, with the things you said were wrong and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, really? I've been playing it for the last 4 hours. And I'm like, what? You've been playing my game for 4 hours straight?
Said, yeah, I'm already
Like,
in. I do the low poly / PS1 style NASCAR models / schemes.
yeah, I thought, okay, that's, yeah. Dude, I stumbled upon, okay, I actually, I hate to call you out, like, in a video, or in a stream. Dude, I stumbled upon a post you had I was trying to find 2003 stuff to see if there were other painters who had layered models or files from, painting it for other games that might be willing to share it so we could speed up that process of getting everything high res. I stumbled upon a post in a forum that was you with a bunch of 2003 paints. Do you have those files? Because you could absolutely, like, help round that out if you could dig those up sometime. That would be, like, 10 out of 10 helpful and fantastic. And I'll throw them right into the vanilla pack and the regular 03 pack as well. I was meaning to message you, and I've been so busy the past week and a half. I'm so glad I get to relax today, finally. But, yeah, I hadn't got a chance. I forgot about it, honestly, during the week this week. But I've been meaning to message you about it. So, while we're here, I might as well just ask you, flat out. Feel free to message me or whatever if you don't want to, yell it out in here. 10 will call out.
Said 10/10 would call out again.
10/10. It reads it like a fraction. Oh my god. Voice to text is funny to me. Or text to voice. I always say it backwards. Alright, so we got Greg Sachs finally. I don't know if we'll catch up to Jack or not. We're gonna go another lap down here.
Silver Wolf 75, white. Said if they are the Papyrus original cup stuff, I think I still have most of them.
Hell yeah.
I'm not sure if I will paint myself, but I'm willing to send you the stuff you have made.
Dude, awesome.
Said a dot 10.
Out of 10. Yeah, no, Silver Wolf, absolutely. And if you need a place to upload it or something, like, let me know. Though, I don't know, it depends on the file size. You might not need to. But if if you're struggling to send it or whatever and you need a better way to host it or something, let me know. But dude, that would be fantastic. Then we could round out those paints and get some of those high res that we don't have high res.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said Horton top 10.
Oh my god.
Could it be?
Dude, he's flying.
Silver Wolf 75, white. Said just send me a Discord message and I'll get back to you. Smiley face.
Alright, sounds good. Hopefully I remember. Note to future me. Yeah, dude, Jimmy Horton doing work. He's back to 11th, though. He's the only other one, like, him and Davey Allison are the two drivers that I'm most sus of their performance versus what their ratings are supposed to be. Everyone else, like, they've been running good and bad here and there.
75, white. Said I made many of those cars because I couldn't find them for NR 2003.
Yeah.
So I made them myself.
Heck yeah. No, I figured you, like, just forgot you even made those by this point or something.
2016. Said he'll remind you after the race.
Alright, sounds good. Cubbies, you're the man. You're like the note taker for this, man. You're like our, I don't even know. Oh god, honestly, the only word I was gonna say secretary, and I'm like, that's not, I don't think you want to be called that. You're like one of the engineers on the pit box. You take the notes, you let the crew chief focus on his thing, but you take the notes for back at the shop.
Said face red heart-shaped Larry Matt. Falcon 1824.
Larry Mack.
Said, what's your name on Discord at Ian? Silverwolf 75. White.
I know who he is on there. He's in both Discords that we're in, Falcon. The one for the NR games and the one, and you know, obviously this one, R1, for all the NTO4 stuff. Well, honestly, that's the other funny thing. I made that Discord, the 157 Studios Discord. I made that originally just for my Die Cook game and any of my game development stuff. Actually, I made it way before Die Cook was an idea.
Said leaders pissin'.
Leaders pissin'? I know what you mean.
Said oh hey.
Nico!
Nico Darius. Said you're live.
I'm live. I am alive and I am live.
2016. Said hello.
There's the Horton battle. Him and Rudd swapping it back and forth. He tried to die. He dove under. Bold moves by Jimmy Horton.
Nico Darius. Said AJ. I missed you.
I missed you too. But also, like, I appreciate the space to work on other things. No, I'm playing.
2016. Said that was a nice dive.
Yeah, that was like a player move.
Thunder. Said hey, everyone.
Ty, you're back. I just want you to know, if you didn't notice, if you weren't here earlier, you were the only pit crew member to make mistakes on the season. You're up to 2 now.
Said hi Ty, you fucked up again. Nico Darius. Said AJ, you should race Daytona Beach.
I've run it messing around.
Wolf 75. White. Said I won't entirely guarantee 100% accuracy on what I made, but it should provide a starting point at least.
No, absolutely, dude. It'll save tons of time.
2016. Said that's 2 strikes, mister.
One more pit mistake. Oh, that actually would be fun. If the same crew guy makes 3 pit mistakes, we fire them. That's our qualifier. I like that. 3 strike rule on the pit mistakes. Although technically this time it was a jammed gun. I don't remember what it was the first time, but it was a jammed gun this time. So was it his fault?
Said nah, you're a good bud. I had to give you space. I have a lot of ideas in my head for my series, so I keep shooting them to you when I get the ideas. Ian.
Oh, all good, dude.
75.
Neko, you're
White.
good.
Said just tell me what schemes you need.
I'll have to look. I mean, if you could give me a list of just like car numbers or whatever, a vague list of what you have,
Said call it half a strike.
that'd help too.
1.5. Nico Darius. Said I had
Half
a
a
rear
strike.
tire changer make 2 mistakes. In one race. Ty Thunder. Said one more mistake and I'm out, LOL.
Alright, I gotta pit this time by. Pennington pit early this run, so we might actually get him long run because he should fade more. So we have a shot at the top 35 still. Pitting. Mark Martin just had not flashbacks, flash futures of J.J. Yaley at a turn 4 at Charlotte because he was behind us and I pit from the second lane. Oh, that was such a terrible time. Alright, let's see. There's the crew.
Nico Darius. Said he got fired. Told not to come back with the team and find his own way home.
Maybe if I update the pit crew suits, they'll make less mistakes.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said
No
hard
mistakes.
kick there.
Beautiful work. 2 good stops in the Coke 600. We have a shot at our top 35 finish, which is pretty much our target. Since our new sponsor goal is average of 35th. There goes my dad, who's having a not so good race. I think by chance my dad's ratings are really good at super speedways because he ran top 10 at Daytona, almost won the damn thing, and then he ran top 10 at Talladega after starting pretty bad. So
Said that's a cool pit board for the crew.
heck yeah.
Gaku Beast 2016.
Thanks.
Said oh damn Larry Pearson blew up. He was running around 15th.
Oh man, yeah, Larry was running good. Also, fun fact for the guys that are here now that weren't here earlier. Ty, I know you'll especially appreciate this.
Nico Darius. Said now give
wait.
him some headshots and we got Fox-level broadcasts in the early 2000s.
Headshots. No, I'm aiming for 1990s style graphics. Oh god. No, so MRN did their pre-race thing for the first race I did today, the Talladega one, and they covered Butch Miller, and they said Butch Miller. I skimmed through the list of names that they had recorded when I first set that all up. I don't remember seeing Butch Miller in the list, probably because the name doesn't stand out to me, but why the heck in 2003 did the EA devs, somebody at EA, put the name Butch Miller down on paper for the MRN guys to read? What in the world? Like, no offense to Butch Miller, but what in the world made that this is a legend driver name we want to have in case we paint his car? Couldn't believe it.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said hi Dale.
Where's Dale running third? God, he's a half a lap down. Unless the pit stops are still cycling. Actually, they probably are.
Said Scott Riggs had a voice line in one of my videos.
I saw that. Yeah, no, Riggs' name is in, and I was surprised that one's in too. I mean, I guess he was running Busch Series stuff at the time. They did record a lot more Busch names than you would think. Okay, Earnhardt just pit now. Yeah, they're still off sequence. Well, no. That means him and the leader are both on the same sequence, so he's literally a half lap down.
Ty Thunder. Said I think that was supposed to be for his Henderson number 75 Busch Series car, which was from 2002.
What?
Ty Thunder. Said the Food Country USA Chevrolet.
Butch Miller was still racing in 2002? Oh my lord. Okay, that makes way more sense than the Legend drivers. That's probably why I didn't notice it then, because they were grouped somewhat, so the Legend driver names were all near each other, so his name was probably in the Busch driver group that I didn't notice. Bobby Hamilton throwing a block. He's mad. Alright, clean pass, gain 2 points back. He should be 48 now. I should work with my dad. That's right, I can only work with my dad for my rules.
Nico Darius. Said, by the way, they talked about one of my team cars in a video that was just to test fuel distance.
Oh, sick. Yeah, they will. They'll pick literally any car out when you're mid-season. But I think they're slightly more likely to pick cars out that they have stories for. The only thing that sucks about, like, immersion-wise and lore-wise is they'll tell stories from the future of some of my drivers, and that's just going to keep happening through the 90s.
Said Butch Miller has made starts as recently as 2011.
Are you serious? Man, I've been under a rock. I mean, I guess to be fair, like, 2002, in reality, I wasn't paying any attention to the Busch Series, really, so... Like, I can forgive my past self for that, but the fact that he's been running through to 2011, like, man, that's crazy.
2016. Said sick.
That means, like, that dude legit made a living to some extent out of racing, and, like, I'm happy for him for that, dude. Like, that's the dream. I still think about trying to do that. Like, I'm winning local races, but nothing major.
Well.
I would shut it off in the corners.
Nico Darius said he qualified 37th.
Who, Butch did? How do you know where they qualified? Or are you talking about your guy? I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Alright, Dad. It was nice working with you, but I gotta dig. I'm 39th right now. I think some people still have to pit yet. Oh, you're for position yet. You must have pit really early. Neil's up there. And we're looking for Bobby Hillen after that. I don't see Bobby. Oh god, we lost so much ground on Greg Sachs. I don't know if we're going to get that 35. They pit so early before the last stop. Maybe they'll fade, but we're going to need it to get there.
Nico Darius said, "No, my guy."
Oh, your guy. Okay, cool. Comes Earnhardt.
2016. Said TFW last place Neil beating us.
Ah, Dale! You Dale. You Dale, you. That's what you did. I gave you so much room into turn one. Gave you the spot. I could have just ran low. No. No, I didn't, though. I didn't. And you still slammed into me. I got daled. Now my dad's going to get me back by me.
Said hi again, Dale.
You even said hi to him both times. Well, the first time before he hit me. Second time after.
Ty Thunder. Said he just wanted to rattle your cage.
I'm 3 laps down. I think his cage is rattled that he's 4th and almost lapped. Dale, you got to get 3 for yourself, man. You can't be in 4th. What are you doing? Speaking of Dale, here comes Dale Jarrett. Alright, I got 20 laps. We got to try to get 3 more spots to really do okay for our sponsor goal, but that's quite a ways out. Again, though, they all pit way before me for the final pit stop, so they should have a gap on me and should fade quicker than me when we get later in the run. But if, you know, other people pull moves like Dale just did, I'm just going to lose ground that way. Mr. Jarrett. And your Sitgo picture, which is inaccurate to my custom version.
2016. Said a crisp 8 drivers on LL.
Sweet. I mean, no cautions. You know, 600 miles. Well, not well, a quarter of that. You know what I mean. It's gonna happen in this game, especially with the rating gap I have with the custom mod stuff.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said either Horton or Buddy could get a top 10 holding.
Oh, is Buddy still working up? Yeah, he is. He's sneaking up there yet. Heck yeah, Buddy Baker. Actually, that really makes me think the ratings are working, because Buddy Baker had a good, if I remember correctly, Buddy Baker had one good race out of the 2 Charlotte races. I don't know how he did in the other one, but he did pretty darn well in one of them in 90. So that really makes me think the ratings are working for most people. Again, the big outlier that doesn't make sense to me is Davey Allison. Every single race he's been 30th-ish. And I don't know why. Like I said, I'll have to investigate it a bit and see what's going on with that. But everybody else, it seems like the ratings are, you know, varying enough. Maybe not the front runners, though, because, like, I don't know, I haven't seen Earnhardt or Martin have a bad race. But then again, in 90, they, other than when they blew up or something, they pretty much didn't. So it kind of makes sense, too, in that respect. Alright, we're going to get Bonnet here. I see Hillen way up there. It's the 3rd car ahead of us at the moment. Out of sight at the, like, right now. Car in front of him, I think is, I don't think that's Greg Sachs. I think it's somebody else. So I don't know that we're going to get our 35. We should get the 36th, or at least, not that we should. It's possible to get to 36th right now. I don't think we're going to get any further than that, though. Again, unless they really start to fade late in the run from pitting early and tires wearing out. Which is possible.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said Cope probably top 5.
Heck yeah. I'm telling you guys, Cope was pretty darn good in 1990. I was going to get that drift out of Fort. Just no panic, though. We're good. I'm going to run another freaking caution-free race after we had a caution in the All-Star, like, for some weird reason. But it helped us overall. We finished a heck of a lot better in that segment, although we still got eliminated the next one because I forgot that it was only 14 cars that make it. Wouldn't have mattered. I don't think we had any shot of winning it, which is fine. I wouldn't expect otherwise here in the first year. on the bright side, after this race, we have our R&D done. The downside of that R&D being done is we still have like 3-4 races for some of the components, some of the car parts to be built that I have in process right now. Is Rick Mast, is he for position behind? No, he's not. Okay. Oh, we're ahead of Moroso. We're even going to get some rookie points today. Bill Elliott's coming up. Oh, that's the leader. We're going to get lapped again. Ah, shoot, that cuts down how much time I have to get Bobby. I can see him better now, but like we are catching him, just not quite quick enough. And I actually see Greg Sachs way up there.
Said TFW running 157 in middle of corner.
Oh, you're saying I'm running that speed? I actually noticed that in the All-Star Open at first when we were cranking through the field. Yeah, 3 and 4, that's kind of like the corner speed. You guys have no idea, like, how much I see that number in my life. I mean, obviously, like, I'm more looking for it these days than well, not these days, but just, you know, whatever, than I did in the past. But I swear to God, it comes up all the time. And I don't know. I don't know what anybody believes in. I'm not trying to, like, say one way or the other, but I always think it's a cool little sign. And actually, we hit it there again.
Beast 2016. Said yes. Funny coincidence.
I say we, like my family and my fiance and we see it all the time. Yeah, I don't know. It stands out. Obviously the number's going to stand out in general, but like even just the other week we were driving like an hour and 20 minutes, an hour 15 minutes to somewhere, and on the drive, like my fiance and I, we were talking about random things. And at one point, the conversation, I mentioned, I told her some story about my dad or something about my dad that happened in the past. And literally, I hadn't, prior to that, mentioned anything about my dad that whole trip. And I don't think after we really said much about him other than that conversation. And literally, like, I mentioned him, and I looked over, and we went by the mile marker 157. And I was like, that's freaking weird. Because, like, I didn't look at a single mile marker the whole drive except that point. And it was right after I mentioned him that I saw that. I was like, that just was, like, you know, chills. Weirdness going on. How many laps do I have left now? Because I'm 3 down. Wait, I'm still 3. Oh, I thought it was 4 down. Okay. That's right. They pit cycled. So I got like 2 or 3 laps left. We're catching Hillen pretty quick. I got a chance here. Waltrip and Richmond going by. Get some draft off of them. Okay, they said 5 to go. Although, no, that's inaccurate. That's based off me. You're lying to me, crew chief. Who's the crew chief? I forget who I said to the crew chief. I don't remember if I did set somebody yet. I know I was letting the randomization... Actually, no, I think somebody got it out of the randomization. Oh, I botched 3 and 4. Okay, now that's my fault. Oh, no. It's the last lap already? No, we're not going to make it. We needed, like, one more. Send it. Pick up the throttle early. Oh, God, if I could have been running that way the whole time, I probably would have done fine. Dang it. Spin out. Low tire. Something. Not happening. Oh, man. I think one more lap we'd have been really freaking close. Dang it. We needed the full distance to get 36 there. I didn't think about that. Pitting the laps that we did. Oh, wait.
That's good news for all these teams because that can mean only one thing. No major wrecks.
Yep.
Really did a fantastic job of
Gawker Beast 2016. Said so close. Ian, Silver Wolf 75, White. Said looking though my files I have a few on NT 2004 templates as I was converting them over for
Oh,
an
sick.
NT 2004/NSR to NR 2003 conversion mod
Perfect.
beta that was made.
Perfect.
Normally these guys are so competitive that a driver has to work his tail off for every spot. But when you have some friends out there, you can occasionally catch a break.
Gakubees
That can help a lot
2016
because every position
said
and
wow
every
Jeff
tenth of a
almost
second
got built.
counts.
Were they close? I didn't remember seeing Jeff go by. I probably held him up. Alright, let me... So it's important to pick a point in this replay when there's no shaky cam going on to, or just force it to 1 to go to the screen. And then
Gakubees
you could actually
2016
read results.
said 3 cars blow in the All-Star, 1 in the 600 go figure.
Yeah, yeah. 0.118 was the gap. Actually, we had 4 blow in the All-Star. I think we had 3 in the Open and 1 in the main All-Star, if I remember right. Yeah, 0.118. That was close. And you know what? He led so much of the freaking race. For that to still end up close was pretty sick, with no yellows. So, Cope with the 5th place from 27th. Only 6 cars in lead lap. Rusty Wallace, 22nd in the top 10. And Jimmy Horton got his top 10. Wow. Butch Miller just outside. Buddy Baker, top 15. Let's see. Anything else notable? Tim Richmond faded. He's been doing that a lot where he starts up and then fades.
Said Horton got him, let's go.
Ken, yeah, heck yeah. Ken Reagan with the 26th place finish isn't too bad for that team. Then he started way back with us, or behind us even. Again, Davey Allison, question marks. I don't understand what's happening here. Same with Petty. He should once in a while have a good race, and he hasn't had one yet that I've noticed. What's going to be funny is he'll have a good race, and we won't notice. We'll just be like, oh yeah, Petty, the 15th, yeah, okay, sounds right. You know, not think anything of it. So yeah, we got ahead of Moroso. Neil Bonnet had a bad day. My dad started good, faded. Chad Little way back there.
Gakubees 2016 said, oh my god, he passed Rudd on the last lap AAA.
How do you know? Is it because they went by? Like, how do you know he passed him on last lap?
Gakubees 2016
Yeah, he ran good in the Open.
said Richard got like 10th in the Open. That was it.
I feel like the Open was almost on like veteran difficulty, which doesn't make any freaking sense. It was weird. But we got some monies in that one.
Said it showed on the pylon.
Oh, the position swap bonus points for the pylon. Sick. All right, well, let's take a gander here because we do have the shop edition. We do have money. I can't build anything. Let me just see what all the news is here on the right. Prestige up. Yeah, conditions are low. Well, I don't know what you want me to do about it because you're still... Oh. I can't build because you're busy building.
Gakubees 2016
4 races yet.
said cool million.
Oh my god. We're really, like... I really put myself in a corner by selling our second stuff and then building fresh, which is a weird tactic. I mean, I don't think it matters if the condition gets low. I don't think anything different happens, but... because 50 is the min for the ratings. But we'll find out. We're going to find out because freaking building stuff for 3-4 more races. I guess downforce. I'd rather... I don't need... I mean, we need the power eventually, but I'm more worried about the storage space being the big thing right now. Let's see. That one...
Gakubees 2016
You could get that pretty quick.
said condition, struggling.
That one's less or more expensive, so we'll do the body because we could get that. Yeah, let's get that by the end of next stream. That'd be cool. And then we'll have stuff figured out, or not figured out. The engine that's being built and the chat and the body that's being built will be done by the end of next stream, assuming we do 3 races, which we should, because they won't be as long as things like. I mean, the All-Star was an interjection there. But, let's see what we got here. Dover. Oh, Sonoma should be good at a road
Gakubees
course, even with the
2016
ratings cranked up.
Said message Wolf about the NR 2003 paints.
Thank you. And Pocono. Our standings, Bill Elliott wait, when did they have a bad race? Because we saw the point standings in the middle of the All-Star. Or were they wrong? I'm going to go back on this stream. I'm going to have to look at that. I thought it showed the point standings. It showed a 7-point gap. Meanwhile, they just finished first and fourth, and there's... Is that how many points it is? 5, 10, 50... I guess if he led most laps, yeah, it'd be 10, 15, 25. Yeah, he would have gained 25. Unless... Maybe it was Bodine and let a lot. Dog is having a sneeze attack. You alright, pup?
Ian, Silver Wolf 75.
Yeah, okay.
White. Sid sent the list of stuff I have on Discord for Yat.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. I don't even have to remember to message you. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Any surprise top 10s? Mikey's in the top 10 there. I don't think any real surprises up in the points. Butch Miller, 15th in points. Dave Marcus, 16th. That's pretty good. Good to see. Like to see it. Morgan Shepherd struggling. Davey Allison. Okay. He's doing something right. I swear to God, I've only seen him run 30th, but he's 19th in points. So I don't know what the heck's happening there. Maybe he did run good randomly. All right, let's see what your finish is, Davey.
He's 2016. Sid Prage Doggo.
He finished 7th one week. Well, maybe the things aren't working. She's rolling around. Come here. Come here. They said to praise you on the stream, so I'm gonna give you pets. You get the puppers. You get the puppers on the pets. Hang on. Come here. Purr pup. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Oh, dog on stream. It's official.
Said, hey Wolf, what is your Discord?
He already sent me the stuff, Falcon. We're good. I think his Discord says Silver Wolf or something similar too, like to it. We forgot to look at the thing I don't understand, the move of the race, how they calculate it.
Nico Darius. Said, hey Ian.
So we had
Nico Darius.
Waltrip.
Said, hey Falcon.
For New Hampshire, it was Martinsville. We had Kowicki, Dale Jarrett at Talladega. Don't know what he did. Mikey finished great, so I see
Falcon 1824. Said Yonek. Falcon 1824. Said Nico.
Let's see. Oh, obviously that one doesn't work. Oh, Bodine has one more lap led than Bill Elliott. Who's going to get it by the end of the year? Nobody knows. All right. So that's going to do it. I'm going to have to tweak the paint scheme a little bit for next time. We do still have Valvoline as the primary, but Roses went on the back. We just kind of had a shuffle. Goodies went to the side. Hardy's went where Roses is. Roses went where Hardy's is. We lost True Value as a sponsor, so... but otherwise, it's the same sponsors, just shuffled around. So I don't know that I'm going to change the paint scheme much, but we'll... I don't know. We'll see. I probably won't change it much. I'll just move the logos around where they need to be. And make sure... do a save state just for safety. Well, that's the wrong slot.
Said double check if we can fix Ish, Neil, and David maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if they're... I don't know what the issues are, because Davey apparently had a 7th place finish one week and is top 20 in points, so he hasn't been finishing as bad as I thought he was, but I swear he's been running bad every time I've looked. So I don't know, but I'll look into it to see if there is an issue, an underlying issue. I'll mess around with changing, like I'll do one practice run without saving where I'm gonna make Bill Elliott's rating terrible. And Davey Allison's great, and Neil Bonnet's great, and see if they run opposite or how it plays out. So I'll do one test of that. If it works, I'm not going to touch anything. If it doesn't work, then I have some investigating to do and figuring out to do. But we'll get there. I'm sure I'll figure it out. There's plenty of things that are funky with a lot of stuff, so... yeah, we'll see. All right, thanks everyone again for tuning in. As always, whether you're live, whether you're after the fact, whether whatever. Cubbies, I just realized your tip. You put the kg 5, you're gonna give me 5. I didn't. It didn't read that out. Why did it not read that out?
Said peace.
Maybe I'll have to see if I could tweak that to read that out. But that's hilarious. I didn't see that. Thanks again.